You know how much I love Highlander. When I see a lightning streak, even now, I think of Connor's Quickening. Highlander was a huge part of my childhood, and it's been years since the franchise felt like a major big screen event again. Definitely missed the magic that Highlander had, but in hindsight, Connor's There Can Be Only One made sense. Now it's Hollywood after all, and they were bound to bring back the IP and revive it once again. So the Highlander reboot is finally happening, and as hyped as I am, I really hope they do justice to the brand. Some details are confirmed by trades and CinemaCon footage, while a few plot and set details are still reported or developing. So, we'll separate the solid updates from the still unconfirmed ones as we go. So, without further ado, let's check out 10 exciting updates that are making this reboot look promising.
There can be only one.
Henry Cavill to pick up Connor McLeod's mantle. Believe it or not, ideas for a new Highlander film have been floating around since 2008. It went through a whole lot of discussions, and at one point, Tom Cruise was reportedly courted for the Ramirez-style co-star role before the reboot finally managed to climb out of meeting rooms and into the production floor. But when the project truly moved forward, the choice to replace Christopher Lambert as Connor McLeod had changed, and it was none other than Henry Cavill. Ever since the news of Cavill starring in Highlander made headlines, my girlfriend has been binging the other movies and series just to watch the new one and not miss out on experiencing the treat that is Cavill. The movie's first look was unveiled during Amazon MGM's presentation at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. Cavill is ready to go back in time for an action franchise after playing Superman in the DC Universe, the monster hunter Geralt of Rivia in the Netflix series The Witcher, and multiple recent action-heavy roles. Cavill shared with Lionsgate Motion Picture Group chair Adam Fogelson, "I am a lover of the original movies, for better or worse. It's one of those things where reading the script, I wasn't quite sure where they were going to go." Cavill realized that the team is going deep into the meaning of these characters, their trials and tribulations. He even teased fans by saying, "If you think you've seen me do sword work before, you haven't seen anything." Cavill shared the first look on his Instagram with the caption, "Happy first look for Highlander. This has been quite the journey for me, which I'll tell you all about when the time is right. But it's a special moment to be able to share this. I hope you enjoy. #Highlander." The movie will be giving off some serious John Wick vibes. The new Highlander movie was supposed to begin filming earlier, but production was delayed after Cavill sustained an injury during pre-production training for the movie. Reports describe the injury as significant enough to push back filming to early 2026, though the exact nature of the injury wasn't officially detailed. Right now, shooting is underway, and attendees at CinemaCon saw behind-the-scenes style footage that reportedly had some brutal action sequences, very similar to the John Wick movies. Reportedly, there's a neon-drenched fight in a crowded rave, along with multiple sword battles and motorcycle chases. Now, interestingly, the Highlander reboot is being helmed by none other than Chad Stahelski, who was once a stuntman himself and then turned into a filmmaker, making a name for himself after directing all 4 John Wick movies. Of course, their influence on Cavill's Highlander cannot be ignored. Chad told IGN in an interview that, "It's almost scary how similar the two properties can be when you really look at it. Both are hidden worlds, the world of the immortals, the world of the assassins. There's definitely a code. No fighting on holy ground, the gathering, the quickening, which is super interesting to me, and I think it's got its own great mythology." The premise of the Highlander reboot is super intriguing. Well, frankly, as intriguing as the news story might be, I couldn't help but feel the nostalgia when footage and reports suggested that Cavill's immortal character was born somewhere in 1518 and is pulled into the ancient conflict between immortals, where there can be only one survivor. A reported synopsis claims the plot will track Connor centuries after his first death, when he's living quietly until an old threat returns. Since this has not been released as an official studio synopsis, it should be treated as a reported premise for now. But it sounds extremely promising for longtime fans. Industry insider Daniel Reichman shared, "Centuries after his first death on a Scottish battlefield, immortal warrior Connor McLeod lives quietly in the modern world, haunted by loss and the endless cycle of violence among his kind. When the ruthless immortal Kurgan resurfaces, Backed by a secret organization bent on unlocking the secret of eternal life, Connor is forced back into the game, an ancient battle where there can be only one. Guided by his mentor Ramirez and a mortal ally, architect Kate Bennett, Connor must confront his past and rediscover his purpose. As immortals clash across time and continents, the fight for the mysterious prize becomes a battle for humanity's soul. The film appears ready to move between timelines, letting character beats echo across different eras. Chad Stahelski has shaped the Highlander reboot as a concoction of period drama and present-day confrontation, and the degree of action, stunt work, and choreography suggests he's ready to make nostalgia meet new perspective. Also, he's not going for a CGI overload, which is frankly assuring. Chad told Following the Nerd that, "I think we have some very good elements now. The trick is when you have the tagline, there can be only one, you can't just kill everybody the first time. I'll say it for you first, our story engages a lot of the same characters and stuff like that, but we've also brought in elements of all the TV shows, and we're trying to do a bit of a prequel and set up The Gathering so that we have room to grow the property." The preview has sparked interest. Cavill introduced the footage by saying, "We're only halfway through production, but already feel we're creating something truly special." The preview reportedly shows Henry Cavill declaring, "I am Connor MacLeod, who was born in 1518, and I am immortal." Later, we reportedly have Batista's Kurgan warning Cavill, "When my sword changes history, you'll have a front row seat, Highlander." This causes Cavill to reply, "All right, if you say so." The preview closes with a montage of various characters promising, "There could be only one." According to the details shared at CinemaCon, Deadline noted that the preview was described as loud, international, stylish, and big, hinting at a visually ambitious project. Cavill has been joined by another WWE star. We already know that Dave Batista is set to play the new Kurgan in the Highlander reboot, but fresh photos from the set have revealed there's another major WWE name in the movie, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre will be playing the role of Angus MacLeod, Connor's proud brother, and their looks are only enriched by the stark beauty of Eliandana Castle. Bringing Angus into the story will add a layer of blood ties that the earlier movies rarely delved into. Cavill's new picture from filming shows that the whetstone castles, Scottish style, and sword fighting visuals are returning, and McIntyre, who is fresh off a high-profile period in WWE, has taken a calculated leap from the ring to the cinematic world. Also, getting McIntyre on the cast roster brings a distinct Scottish authenticity to the film, and Chad will reunite the three-time WWE champion and 2020 Royal Rumble winner with retired wrestler Batista, after the two previously appeared together in Lionsgate's The Killer's Game, which marked McIntyre's feature film debut. During an interview with ESPN SportsCenter, Drew stated, "I was in the Highlands of Scotland this week. Yeah, the paparazzi photos are out. Obviously saw myself, Henry Cavill. Very excited to be a part of such a big project. But WWE is my home. I can balance it all. I can do it all, and I feel very fortunate that my career is going so well. WWE is going so well." The movie is going to be a star-studded affair. Apart from Cavill, Batista, and McIntyre, Chad Stahelski's Highlander reboot is oozing star power. For starters, we have Russell Crowe walking into the shoes of Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, who was originally played by Sean Connery. The movie also stars Karen Gillan as Heather MacLeod, Connor's first wife, whose presence suggests memories, loss, and a sense of duty through time, all while deepening the emotional side of Connor's story. In an interview with 60 Minutes Australia, Crowe recalled how Connery's Ramirez had a complicated background and said, "The character's name is Ramirez, and Sean played the character brilliantly, obviously as a Scotsman. But they explained the reason that Ramirez, the Spaniard, had a Scottish accent in the movie by saying that he earlier came from Egypt." Now, Crowe, who won an Oscar for Best Actor for Gladiator, revealed that Ridley Scott did not allow him to do a Spanish accent on Gladiator. And when he shared this with Chad, Chad said, "If you bring me Spanish, I'll take Spanish. So I'm going to do Ramirez as a Spaniard. We shall see." Kevin McKidd was reportedly also seen on set, though his role's not been officially revealed, adding to the mystery and fan speculation. The cast also includes major names like Jimon Honshu, Marissa Abella, Jeremy Irons, Max Zhang, and Shaban Cullen, suggesting the film is aiming for a large scale and a richly detailed story. For longtime fans, it's exciting to see a mix of familiar stars and a franchise known for consistently reinventing itself. The movie will mark a full circle moment for Russell Crowe and Henry Cavill. The movie will also spark a full circle moment for Crowe and Cavill after Man of Steel, where Crowe played Superman's father, Jor-El. He has playfully stated on the Joe Rogan Experience, "Now I love Henry. I've known him for a long time. I've known him since he was a schoolboy." Oh, wow. I met him at a place called Stowe School in England. While filming Proof of Life at Stowe School in England, Russell Crowe said a rugby game was taking place in the background while he was shooting a scene. But one player in particular caught his attention because he seemed to have a great brain for the game. After the scene wrapped and the students dispersed, the boy Crowe had been watching approached him for a chat and asked how to get into acting. The conversation was described as brief before they were swamped by these other kids. A few days later, while signing gifts for the child actor playing his son, Crowe reportedly remembered that other kid's name and realized it was Henry. A photo from Gladiator, which had not yet been released at the time, was then signed for a young Henry Cavill with the message, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Crowe continued that the signed Gladiator photo was carried by Henry Cavill from wherever he lived or went, place to place, and that Cavill had kept his dream alive and burning. Years later, the two unexpectedly crossed paths again in a gym outside Chicago, while Crowe was filming Man of Steel, where he played Superman's father. Crowe recalled noticing Cavill working out across the gym and thinking, "I reckon that must be Superman over there." After training in the same gym for about a week, Cavill eventually approached him and introduced himself. Crowe remembered asking, "Do I know you?" before Cavill replied, "Yes sir, you do." The realization that the aspiring student actor from years earlier had become Superman was described by Crowe as crazy and wild. When asked about Highlander, he said, "And so now we've got the third stage of our connection. And when we get to do it, it's going to be great. But I know this sounds really weird because I love Henry, and the last thing I'd want is for him to be under any pressure or injured or whatever." But it was a prayer answered. Casting Jeremy Irons has sparked hope among fans. Jeremy Irons will portray one of the movie's villains. His character is reportedly the leader of the Watchers, a secret group connected with the wider Highlander mythology. This is the first major sign that the reboot will move beyond the storyline of the 1986 film, which is honestly encouraging news for fans hoping for a fresh take and potential sequel. But why is it so? See, as much as I love Highlander, the truth is that the original movie became a cult classic thanks to the amalgamation of 80s style and epic mythology. But its ending frankly wrapped up Connor's story in a pretty complete manner, and there was little room for any sequels. However, follow-up movies kept happening, and because of that, the later films had to reinvent the franchise in strange and somewhat contradictory ways. Over time, the series became messy, and many fans lost hope in the franchise. Casting Jeremy Irons in the new reboot has given us hope because it seems that Chad will be taking a different approach. Sure, he'll follow the formula from the 1986 film, but he'll also be bringing the Watchers from the television series, and this suggests that the reboot will focus on deeper issues than just the conflict between Connor and the Kurgan. The cast and crew are filming in different locations to ensure the film's atmospheric authenticity. Chad Stahelski is leaving no stone unturned to make sure the Highlander reboot hits close to home. And to that end, the team has been filming across several atmospheric locations. One of the key filming sites reportedly connected to the production is Elian Donnan Castle, the legendary castle that prominently served as the home of Clan MacLeod in the original film. Oh boy, I can't wait to see it on the big screen again. They initially shot some scenes in central London before moving the production to Scotland, where filming has also reportedly taken place around Trotternish on the Isle of Skye, including landmarks such as Old Man of Storr and Bridesvale Waterfall. Speculation about filming in Glencoe also surfaced after the Glencoe Mountain Resort confirmed that a film crew would be using its car park for several days. The locations hint that the reboot will bring in both contemporary action and flashbacks, spanning across different eras to expand the history and myth of the Highlander lore. Meanwhile, Henry Cavill was reportedly spotted taking a break from filming to meet fans in Lodz. Co-star Karen Gillan has been sharing first-look images from the set, giving fans a glimpse of costumes, scenery, and the production's location work. In one post, she said how the film feels so personal to her since she's shooting so close to home and described it as a full-circle moment while working in her native Scotland. There are also reports of production moving to Hong Kong, which fits the reboot's larger international scale. Details about the production of the Highlander reboot. The script was written by Michael Finch, with earlier drafts developed by Ryan J. Condal and Kerry Williamson, based on the iconic 1980s movie. According to Deadline, Amazon MGM Studios' United Artists banner is now backing the new Highlander, which is being produced by Scott Stubber and Nick Nesbitt alongside Neil H. Moritz, 8711 Entertainment, Chad Stahelski's production company, as well as Josh Davis of Davis Panzer Productions and Louise Rossner. United Arts has taken over the new film's current studio home after the project's long development history. There's also been discussion about expanding the franchise with a new television series, while Lionsgate previously developed the project. As of now, the movie does not have a fully official release date locked in for the public, but with filming underway, the industry expectations point toward a possible 2026 or 2027 release window, depending on production and post-production. Alright guys, that's all for today. I definitely can't keep calm about seeing Henry Cavill having a quickening or taking Kurgan's head all over again. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!